The film started, and we are shown two police officers who were taking a criminal in their car, whose name was Craig, who was looking back from the car again and again, who was looking as if he was waiting for someone. Then the railway crossing came on the way, so these people stopped their car. That is, the train was passing at that time. These people were waiting for the train to pass. Then a car comes and hits their car hard. That car pulled their car and took it away, due to which both the officers were badly injured. Now, two people came out of the second car, in which there was a boy and a girl. These two were actually with that criminal Craig, and came here to save him. The boy was Craig's brother, and the girl was his friend. Because the officers were injured, the three of them go to them. First, they beat them a lot, after which they shoot them on the head and kill them. After this, a 17-year-old girl comes on the scene shift, whose name was Mary. She was a very good swimmer. That is, she knew how to swim very well. Her mom and dad were so busy in their lives that they could not give their only daughter Mary a good time. Because her dad was a doctor and mom was also busy. So today, to spend time with her daughter, to enjoy, they make a plan to go to their house, which was near the lake, i.e., jail. When these people reach their house, then from the pictures there, we know that Mary had a brother too. Now, because she did not like it, so she was asking permission from her mom and dad. That should I go to meet my friend? When she heard this, her mom became very quiet because she was very worried about her safety. She forbids her to go, but her dad allows Mary to go, so much so that he also gives her some money along with the car keys to help her. But with this decision of hers, Mary's mom was not happy. Now Mary came out of here to meet her friend, who used to work as a cashier in a store in the city. While talking, both of them noticed a boy who had been in the store for a long time. While buying things, he was looking at them very carefully. Anyway, now he comes to the counter and asks for a cigarette for Mary's friend, but because she was young, so she forbids him to give a cigarette. On which the boy says that if you give me a cigarette, then I will give you a party in return, where we will enjoy a lot. So now on this point of hers, Mary's friend agreed. When he takes out money from his pocket to pay for the cigarette, then there was blood on a note, which he quickly takes out and puts it in his pocket. And this thing Mary and her friend could not see. After which the three of them reach the boy's house. Mary stops in the car. She does not go inside. While her friend and that boy went inside. And Mary stops in the car and waits for them. Now, after a long time, when her friend did not come back, then Mary began to worry about him. So now she also comes inside the house to check and sees that my friend and that boy are sitting together and smoking cigarettes and enjoying a lot. Mary told her friend that it is quite late, now we should go. But when her friend started insisting her that come on Mary, you also enjoy with us. So Mary has to listen to him. She also started enjoying with him by smoking cigarettes and liquor, and this way they became friends. Then Mary got a call from her mother who tells her, "Son, where are you? How long do I have to come home? I am worried." Upon which she replies, "Mom, actually, I am with my friend. If you allow, tonight I can stay at his house." But before her mother said anything, the signal went off, because of which the phone is cut off. After this, these people talk to each other and enjoy a lot. After a while, the boy's family came here. These people were none other than those who had killed the officers. Craig, his brother, and his friend. Actually, Craig was the father of that boy. He tells his son, "And you are enjoying with the girls here. Do you have any concern?" After saying this, Craig tells his brother and his friend to catch these two girls and make them prisoners. So they both come and catch Mary and her friend. Upon which both of them got very scared. Mary started telling them, "Please let us go. I promise that I will not tell anyone about you people." But still Craig does not listen to her. In fact, his brother started threatening them with a knife. Because of this, Mary got very scared. She asks Craig's son her friend for help. Now, although he wanted to help them, but his father was helpless because of Craig. So that's why no one could help them. Mary's friend cleverly got herself released and rushed to the bathroom. She closed the door and started calling the police. But Craig's brother comes through the window and catches him. He snatches the phone from him and breaks it, after which he also started beating him a lot. Along with that, these people also break Mary's phone, so that she does not try to call anyone again. After which, they kidnapped her and started going from here. But on the way, Mary sees that it is the same way which goes towards our lake house. When she sees it, she gets a plan. She started moving very fast. She cleverly opens the door and tries to run away. By doing this, the balance of the car broke, and she hit a tree. And in this way, her car had a very bad accident. In the meantime, Mary's friend started running away, but Craig's brother and friend both started following her. While running away, his friend came to a factory and started shouting for help. But then, they both come there and catch him, and immediately bring him back. They tie both the girls and lay them on the ground. Craig tells his daughter that because you are their friend, then come and do injustice to them and do whatever you want. But because he did not want to do this, he clearly refused. On seeing this, Mary's friend got angry, so she abuses him, from which Craig got so angry that he took a knife and cut his stomach very deep, and left him there to suffer. After which, he went to Mary, where first he beat Mary a lot, and later he did very bad to her. And in all this, Craig's friend was helping him. In the meantime, Mary picks up a stone and hits Craig on the head. Then she immediately ran away from here. She comes to the shore. Then Craig and his companion also came there. On seeing Mary, he started shooting at her, but she did not get a single bullet. She quickly jumped into the lake and continues to move forward because she was a very good swimmer. Craig was still constantly shooting at her. Before she reached the shore, she was shot, due to which she did not die, but got injured a lot and fainted in the same water. So now they thought she was dead and left from there, and start going to a lake house to ask for help, because Craig's brother and his son were injured. They went to the lake house, which was not of anyone else, but of Mary's parents. And because they did not know this, they kept asking for help, on which they both agreed. And calling them inside, Mary's father starts treating their wounds. Because she was a doctor, Mary's mother says that since you are our guests, you can stay in our guest house tonight if you want, because it is raining heavily outside and you do not have a car. On which she agreed. She also makes coffee for all of them. And when Craig's son went to the kitchen to keep his cup, he sees Mary's picture on the fridge and understands that these two are his parents. But he does not tell this to anyone. He hides it, because he was afraid. What if my dad, Craig, does not kill these two too? He then started sitting there and crying, because he was ashamed of the fact that if I had not brought them to my house, then all this would not have happened to them. And today, she would have been alive. He then left Mary's locket there and came back to everyone. And now, these four go to sleep. When Mary's mom and dad started going to their room, they started hearing a strange noise from outside the house. When she went out to check, she was very surprised to see that Mary was lying there in a lot of injured condition. She got scared. They run and come to her immediately. Seeing her daughter's condition, her condition also deteriorated. She quickly brought her inside. The bullet hit her back. To remove it, her mom came to the kitchen to take all the necessary things. Mary's locket also sees what is lying there. She picks it up and comes to her husband. She tells him that when I went out, she had worn this locket. And now see, I got this from the kitchen. In the kitchen, Karan's son had gone, so surely he must have kept it there. Which means that these people have done such a condition of our daughter. While telling this, she started crying. With them, Mary's dad also started crying. Then when she started treating her son, she understood that they have done a lot of wrong with Mary, because of which she got very angry. And she decides to take revenge from all this. He asks his wife for the boat keys, so that he can get out of here first, because he has to save Mary's life. Mary's mom gives him the keys, after which he goes and puts the boat in the water. There everyone was sleeping in the guest house, but Karan's son was not able to sleep, and he quietly goes and picks up a big gun from his dad. When Mary's mom was in the kitchen, she was taking a knife to kill these people. That's when Karan's brother came here. He did not know about their plans, and he was on the fridge. Mary's picture was not seen. That's why Mary's mom did not let him go to the fridge side. And by getting entangled in her talks, she makes a juice for him. While drinking the juice, as soon as he came out, he saw Mary lying on the table. Before he could go and tell this to his brother Karan, Mary's mom comes from behind and attacks him. But somehow he gets himself released and takes a knife, and tries to kill Mary's mom with a knife. That's when Mary's dad came here. As soon as he comes, he catches him with his hair and pulls him back. Then he injures his hands a lot. To give him more pain, his hands are dipped in hot water. due to which he began to suffer. Seeing this, Mary's dad picks up a hammer and puts it in his head, due to which he does not die, but he began to suffer. And leaving him like this, now these two had come to the guest house. Here, Karan and his friend were sleeping, while Karan's son was sitting there with a gun on his side, who first taunts the gun on them, but does not shoot. In fact, the gun is given to Mary's dad. Hearing the sound of the gun, Karan's friend opened his eyes. As soon as he got up, Mary's dad shoots him, the bullet that touched his neck and left. He started bleeding a lot, so quickly he comes to the washroom and hides. Mary's dad opened the door of the washroom and came inside. Mary's mom had also come there, where first he kills a lot of friends of Craig. Then he shoots a bullet on his neck and kills him. In this hurry, Craig also opened his eyes. Mary's dad also started shooting at him, but he quickly jumped out of the window and ran away, and comes inside their house. Coming inside, he found his brother's body. Blood and blood-stained clothes were written on the table. Seeing this, he does not understand why these people killed my brother, and why do these people want to kill me now? Then Craig looks at Mary and her mom from the window, who was in the boat and was about to leave from here. He understood everything that Mary is his daughter, and these people are fighting with us to take revenge. In the meantime, Mary's dad also came inside the house looking for her. Craig had also seen them, where there is a very dangerous fight between the two of them. They were picking each other up and hitting each other a lot. They were also hitting a lot with their hands. But in a little while, Craig started hitting them. He hits them and injures them a lot, when he was lying on the ground in a wounded state. To save him, Craig tells him, "What did we not do with your daughter and her friend?" Hearing this, he started getting more angry. That's why he got up again with courage. He starts fighting with Craig, but Craig had an iron stick in his hand, with the help of which he started hitting him more, and just killed him. Then Mary's friend, that is, Craig's own son, comes with a gun, and his own dad stands on Craig with a gun. But Craig snatched the gun from him and started hitting him with his hair. He then grabbed his face and started hitting him more. But Mary's mom comes from behind and attacks him, with which he leaves his son. Here, Mary's dad also came, and now they both started beating Craig. They hit him a lot, with which he was so injured that he immediately became unconscious and died there. After this, they left with their daughter Mary and Craig's son, through their boat. Now, because Craig was still alive, Mary's dad was not at peace, because he could not leave his son's criminal alive like this. That's why he came back, and with a sharp blade, he cuts Craig's body and paralyzes him. When he was unconscious, that is, now his whole body had become useless. He had become a living corpse. The body could not move. When Craig came to his senses, he started asking Mary's dad, "That you are a doctor. You are a surgeon. Tell me, what have you done to me? Have I done any surgery?" On this, his dad answers, "Whatever I have done, now you are going to enjoy it a lot. But yes, the fun will come when you will survive." After which, they put Craig's head in the oven and turn on the oven in full speed and leave from there, with which he started suffering a lot. His head melted and smoke started coming out of the oven. And suddenly, the head bursts, with which many pieces of his head become. And in this way, his painful death happened. Now this story gives us a lot of lessons. Like always, give time to your children. Go out with them, etc., so that the children do not have the habit and hobby of going out, with which they get into wrong things. And if you are not able to give time to your children for any reason, then always keep an eye on them. Always take care of their safety. With this message, this movie ends here.
Hope you like the video. Make sure to subscribe to get more videos like this. Thanks.